All right, so this is a continuation from a blog I'm writing pertaining to adding value in your business. And I wanted to kind of make a video, particularly speaking on the fundamental differences between profits and wages, or more specifically, job money and business money. Because like myself, I'm sure there are a lot of people, in this time's kind of waking up to the aspect of job money not being enough. Whatever their job is, they, like me and like, plenty of other people, they don't feel that long term wise, the job's going to be enough to sustain them and, keep their family intact and everything. And it's just a lot of it's a lot of things, but people are starting to kind of wake up and see that there's got to be a different way to do it, and many have come to the conclusion that that way is entrepreneurship. That way is having a product or service that you can use uh, to forward you in the direction that you want to go in life. So with that in mind, so with that said, we do many of us know that that's the way, but there are a few kind of fundamental things that I wanted to go over that coming to this realization has really helped me, but I'm hoping to help some others too that are in the midst of building their business, building their what they want to sustain them long term. So we're just gonna go over and share a few things in regards to that and kind of get an idea of the proper mindset and the proper and fair idea of how everything works, because we got to look at this thing and really see kind of what we need to have in our minds in terms of going forward and building this thing and really making it work. So with that said, we're going to go into a few things, and one of the things I want to touch on is the difference between, as I said before, job and business money. Now, the major thing that I spoke on in the blog, one being that your business side, your corporate, no, not so much corporate side, your business side is paid off of value. However much value you can bring to the table, that is what people are going to pay for. Now, the difference between that and the job is going to pay you per hour. A business will not. Under no circumstance, it doesn't matter what kind of business we're talking about. No business is, just think about it. No customer really cares, quote unquote, about how much or how little time goes into whatever it is. Because let me give you an example. We can look at Subway. Subway sandwiches in my neck of the woods cost about a foot long, cost about $8, give or take. And that $8, it only takes the person 10 minutes to make the sub. Now, with that in mind, should somebody complain? Well, I don't think I should pay $8 because it only took you 10 minutes. And I only get $10 or $12 at my job. Of course not, right? Because that that parallel doesn't even make sense. But that's the same concept that we have to have as business owners. Sometimes, if you're fairly new, or you've been around for a while and not had much success, you have this mindset of, okay, I put so much time into this, yet I haven't yielded X amount of dollars or X results. But this is where we have to be honest with ourselves, okay? So the aspect of business is not based on time in any shape, form, or fashion. The aspect of business is primarily and almost solely built on value. How much value are you adding? And what are you doing to add value? The time aspect is irrelevant. If I Well, I'll go into that example in a bit. But the time aspect is irrelevant. It doesn't matter how much time it takes you to do something or make something. It's all about the value. However much value you can negotiate for the product or service, that's all that matters. It could take you 10 minutes to make a sandwich, but if it's tasty enough and I'm willing to pay you $10 for it, then okay. And, even if the materials of the sandwich, if it's just regular white bread and some bologna, if I'm which is not healthy at all. If I'm willing to pay you $10 for it, and you consent to accepting the $10, that's the deal. At no point in time, nobody asked, well, it only took you such and such long to make it, therefore I should pay such and such. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about that. When people go get their cars fixed, if their oil change only takes 15 minutes, they're still gonna pay 30, 40, $50 or whatever. If it takes them, they have to get a tire change and they got to buy a new tire and get it put on. They pay whatever they pay. It doesn't matter. There's no proper time aspect in business. It's all about the value, and that's kind of what I want to point to, because sometimes as a new business owner, people can get discouraged when things aren't going their way based on how much time they put into it. So we're gonna look at a real live example here. This is a picture of me. I was in a department store, and I just took a picture of a custom-made shirt that I had designed. And this shirt is for my music group. We like to call ourselves Radio Off. Not really a group, but just a label of artists in the Carolina area and everything. And we do hip hop underground type music. And basically, this shirt is just for supporters and for people that kind of like this concept of no radio music, or I don't want to get into that too much, but yeah, basically it's for the people it's for, if you can understand that at all. So with this in mind, okay, so I had this shirt made, it had it custom made, had the symbol drawn up, had it printed out, and everything like that. Now, all of this effort, the artist I commissioned to do it, he did it in a day. It didn't take any time whatsoever. Now, this is where leverage comes in at. I have various music on sites like Pandora and things like that, internet radio, and so when I get potential fans and supporters and everything, and I put this shirt in front of them and say, hey, we have this shirt available, support the music and everything like that. They can opt in to buy the shirt, and the shirt will probably cost about $20 based on their size, 25 possibly. Now, at no point in time, this is what I'm trying to convey in the business sense. At no point in time, nobody negotiates. Nobody tries to negotiate. Okay, well, this shirt, I don't think I should pay this much for it. Nobody really cares about the time aspect at all. This shirt is going to be symbolized by value, the value of my music, and the value of what the shirt is standing for. That's it. There's not really anything else that's going to need to be negotiated between me, the maker of the shirt, and the client, the customers who are interested in purchasing the shirt. It's going to be a done deal. I'm going to put it out and say, hey, this is the price for it. These are the sizes. These are the colors. Order here. And once I present that value, it's up to them to assess if the value is good enough, or if they're interested in the value I'm providing. And that's it. That's what business is about. It's not about this whole time aspect thing. The per hour money, that is solely for jobs. So if you're a business owner, you cannot gravitate to this. Okay, I spent such and such many hours doing something. I should have X amount of dollars. No way. That is not. Time is not. You cannot put business and time on a scale and just get an equation of money. Business and value are not equated to money. People can have $1 million idea and bring it forth in a couple of hours, while we're at work, making $30 in 2 hours, or $20 in 2 hours. That's very possible, and it has probably happened if we think of some real live examples and things like that. But now here's the powerful part. Listen to this, because this is where leverage kicks in, and this is why you want to get a business, and this is what the ultimate goal of being a business is. All right. So let's say I put this shirt out and it's available for $25 a shirt. And let's say over time I have internet radio going, things like that, where fans reach out and they like the music and everything like that. And so over time, let's say I gather 2,000 fans. Now, 2,000 of those fans, not all of them are going to necessarily purchase the shirt. So let's go with half. Let's say only 1,000 purchase the shirt. So now 1,000 times the $25 that I'm charging for the shirt, that is going to be $25,000 in profit for this merchandise, for this one shirt transaction, for the drawing that only took about 20 minutes for the guy to come up with, and not a lot of money for me to get the design put on the shirt itself. And so that $25,000, that is pure profit. That is when that picture I showed you earlier, profits over wages, or profits or wages, which you have to choose which one you want. That is where the power of leverage really kicks in, and that's what I want you all to understand as business owners. You have to grind it out, study, and find a way to leverage whatever you're doing to the point where you can get value for it, and you can get value for it on a massive scale to where you're not just supplying one or two people, but you're supplying a couple thousand. That's where the key comes in at. And I said a couple thousand, but that's on a modest scale. I mean, when things become big, they become big. When it's not, I don't even want to call it magical, because it's not magical. It's just what happens when you have a proper way to really leverage whatever product or service you're offering. I mean, everything that's of value grows exponentially. It just can't be helped. That's just a law of commerce, I guess you could say. It's just a law of commerce. When something is valuable, more people want it. Excuse me. And that's just how it's going to be. But I just wanted to share that bit of information with you all. Definitely look into ways that you can leverage whatever you're doing and get it out to the masses, because that's the way that the entrepreneurship is going to work out for you. So thank you for viewing this video, and look out for the next. We'll talk soon.